the program even more.
I love Rankin Jordan. I eat, sleep, and talk Rankin Jordan all the time. I talk foster care all the time. You know, those are two subjects I like. And anybody listen, I'll tell them.
This year, United Way organized a volunteer task force to address the critical issue of foster care. I'm a member of that task force, and we need your help. Become a foster parent or support someone you know who is. Make kids like Clara and Cynthia, who needed and found foster homes, the norm rather than the exception, right?
Right.
And now Jim Kircher and his friend Matt are standing by with information about a United Way agency that's trying to keep kids off the streets. Jim?
Thanks, Lorna. I'm standing out here in front of the black rhinoceros exhibit with my friend Matt. You know, the black rhino is one of the most endangered animals in the world. It is virtually extinct. Unfortunately, the word endanger sometimes brings to mind some of our disadvantaged children. Just about every night on the news, you hear about a killing involving our young people, and the St. Louis area is no exception. The Leslie Bates Davis Neighborhood House is one United Way agency that is trying to keep kids off the streets by providing programs that keep them occupied. Every day, dozens of children and teenagers come to the Leslie Bates Davis Neighborhood House in East St. Louis. On this day, a 3-on-3 basketball tournament was being held under the watchful eye of an adult referee who's ready to call fouls and stop arguments before they get too heated. They could just as easily play basketball somewhere else, but they came here. Others come for the arts and crafts. They stay for lunch. They see their friends. Program coordinator Richard Prude says the important thing is that they are here.
These kids are under a lot of peer pressure. I mean, they get pressure from gangs, drug dealers, and, you know, they're under pressure to do other things. So it's like we have to try to provide them another angle, another avenue, you know, to travel. So that's the first mission, is to get them in here. Once we get them in, then we kind of channel them into different directions.
This program is about giving kids options, offering them some place to go, giving them something to do. And as you can see, there's more here to do than just play basketball. This is also a place where they can pick up knowledge and the skills they need for the future. There are classes on drug abuse, on how to look for a job and handle an interview, guidance on career goals. It's all part of the Youth in Action program. The Leslie Bates Davis Neighborhood House is one of 3 centers in East St. Louis participating in the program, which is also drawing on the resources of the YMCA, YWCA, the Salvation Army, and the Urban League. And kids who show up for sports have to get involved in the educational program as well.
Not only sign up for the class, but he has to attend and participate. Because, see, this way we get a chance to measure our effectiveness as far as what, you know, where we start, where we're going, and where we're going to end up at. Because I'll put it like this, they keep coming back. So evidently we're doing something that they like, you know.
Thanks to your dollars, the Leslie Bates Davis Neighborhood House is receiving additional United Way funding, and that funding will go to an after-school program for disadvantaged youth.
When you give to the United Way, 90 cents of every dollar goes directly to agency services and programs.
I give to United Way because it's an agency that is concerned about some of the greatest needs in our metropolitan area.
The reason I give to the United Way is because I have an opportunity to see where the money goes through the allocations committee, and I think that it goes towards needy causes.
I just feel they do so much for St. Louis.
I give to help the children because they're out of their homes and they need love and care.
I've given to United Way in years past because I see others who are less fortunate than I. I never thought that my family and I would need a United Way agency until 3 years ago when my husband was paralyzed in an accident. Fortunately for us, the United Way has been there to help, and help was just what we needed.
I am back inside the Living World exhibit at the St. Louis Zoo with Ray Bentelli, the chairman of the board of the United Way and chief executive officer of Mallinckrodt Incorporated. Thanks for joining us tonight, sir.
Be here.
The stories that we have seen tonight seem to focus on preventing problems rather than just having people recover from the problems of society, correct?
Well, that's right, Russ. The earlier that we can intervene and prevent such problems as child abuse, getting hooked on drugs, dropping out of high school, and teenage pregnancy, the less costly it's going to be to society in the long run. And more importantly, the greater chance our children have of making it in life.
I understand that the United Way has priorities, those 4 areas that you talked about for 1991.
Well, yes, we've identified the areas that we've been discussing here tonight as areas that need and deserve more attention and more support from the people of metropolitan and greater St. Louis. At the same time, we still have a lot of programs and a great need to support youth programs, programs for the elderly, the disabled, the hungry, and the homeless.
Now the big question, how much money is needed this year for the United Way to reach that lofty goal?
Well, it's a number with a lot of zeros and a big 5 in front of it. $50 million is our goal this year.
A few bucks.
A lot of bucks.
And you are very optimistic.
Of course, because we have a great chairman, Ted Wetterow, and a great gang that's going to get out there and raise the money.
Okay, Mr. Mintelli, thanks a lot. I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot of you over the next few months.
Thank you very much.
And right now, Lorna Godwin is standing by with the man who's going to lead us to that $50 million goal. Lorna?
Thanks, Russ. With me is Ted Wetterow, who is Chief Executive Officer of Wetterow Incorporated, but this year he is United Way's campaign chairman. Thanks for being here, Ted.
Thank you very much.
Our goal this year, as we just heard, is $50 million. How have you prepared yourself to meet the challenge?
Well, Lorna, 2 ways. First, I feel it was very important when you sell a product, you've got to go see what's happening. So I took the time to visit 27 agencies and see what they're doing, how they're run, what's happening there. I've seen it from the young people all the way to the aged in nursing homes. I've seen it that we're on drugs and needed rehabilitation. I've seen with insensitive people that needed help because they didn't have a home to go through. I've seen the facts where they were hungry and there were lines for them to be fed.
So do you recommend to people that they visit the agency so they can get a first-hand look?
I strongly feel that way. All those people in the audience tonight, if they would have an opportunity just to see one agency and go and visit that, they will be inspired because their heart will feel good and their pocketbook will follow.
What else have you done to prepare for the campaign?
Well, prepared for the campaign, of course, we assembled our group of people of all types that are here tonight even, and some 40,000 workers work on the United Way throughout our greater metropolitan Illinois area. And we're proud of all those because they're in cadence, they're excited, and we're going to make it.
Definitely we are. Tonight is the official kickoff of the campaign, but you've been conducting an advance campaign. What are the results of that so far, Ted?
Well, I think it's important to talk about that. Those companies have participated in the advance campaign. We're 18 area companies and members of many of the participating AFL, CIO labor unions, including the auto workers, United Food and Commercial Workers, and many others have made pledges and gifts. Our total is so far just the beginning, $2,776,231. This is 11.8% increase, and I'm proud that we're starting off on the right foot, thanks to the people here and thanks to the audience we're speaking to.
Indeed, thanks to the people. You also have some corporate pledges as well, though.
Yes, we do. And that's wonderful also. These totals are $4,026,550,000. And this is exciting also. These came from citizens and from corporations, and they too, that $4 million mark is something we're moving onward. Thanks again to those people.
And quickly, what is the total of those to combine?
$6,802,781. And that's just the beginning. It's just shooting out of the chutes as a track guy towards that final goal of $50 million, right?
Right. Thanks so much, Ted. Well, before we close tonight's program, we have some musical entertainment from the United Way Singers.
After a world of tears, it's a world of hopes and a world of fears. There's so much that we share that it's time we're aware it's a small world after all. 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 It's a small, small world. It's a world of laughter, a world of tears. It's a world of hope and a world of strength.
Tonight we've shown you just a tiny bit of the enormous amount of work United Way does for our community. Now it's your turn to help United Way. Please help us. We need all of you to give us your support. Good night.